Welcome to Beyond Travel Check-ins with Saida
and Jermaine.
So today we are going to be talking about what it's like to move abroad when you're not a six-figure earner and you're not super rich. So Jermaine and I have been living abroad for how long, babe?
It's been about over a year now.
Over a year. And are you enjoying it?
Yeah, I am.
And are we rich?
No.
Okay, so what was our real financial situation before we left? Without just like talking about numbers, like talk about our lifestyle.
I think it was okay. We're empty nesters. Like, I worked some trading in the market, so the income was decent. It wasn't really hurting for anything.
And so, yeah, for me, what not rich looks like is like before we moved abroad, I wasn't going to the hair salon. Like, I wasn't going to get my hair done every 2 weeks, once a month. I wasn't going to get my hair braided at all in the States because it's pricey. I wasn't getting my nails done. But we were comfortable. We were able to buy the groceries we wanted to buy, keep gas in our car, right? Keep our mortgage paid, have gym membership.
Oh, yeah.
Go out and do nice things. And then also travel. We did travel, right? We did take vacations and stuff, right? Yeah,
all the middle class stuff. The only difference between us and most middle class people is we had a lot more time because we moved our job focus towards home.
And by time, we mean time freedom.
Yeah,
like freedom. We didn't have a 9-to-5 job or a X time amount of start time to end time job. Jermaine was self-employed and I was self-employed before we actually moved. So we were independent contractors. So that being said, what role did faith and focus play when the numbers didn't look ready? Because when we moved, did we have this big pile of money to move abroad?
Big pile, no, not as much as I would have liked, but
yeah. And just knowing that the numbers wasn't everything that we felt like they should have been. Like, okay, so when you're looking on paper, you're looking at like a budget and you're like, okay, I want to move abroad. You want to see a big number. You want to see a number that is going to pay the expenses for the next decade. But when that's not the case, and for us, we moved abroad for because we felt like the Lord was calling us to move to Kenya. So the numbers weren't the only factor for us. But however, we were comfortable middle class family. Yeah. And so if it was doable for us, we think it's doable for many like middle class Americans who are seeking to move abroad.
Now the numbers were a factor now.
Yes.
You got to make sure you're at a certain level.
For sure.
To be comfortable.
Yeah, they weren't the only factor, but they were high on the list. Amongst the top 3, it was faith, finances. Yeah, so it was those things. So what practical steps did we take to make this move possible? So like, the practical side outside the faith.
Well, outside of faith?
Yeah.
I got to pray first, and after that is you have to find a way to make your income mobile. You have to be able to take it with you. Unless you got that big stack of cash, then you don't have to do anything. But if you don't have that, then you need to find a way to make some money while you're overseas.
So how did planning and discipline prepare the way for this move? Because I know for me, I mentioned that we should move to Kenya in 2017. But for my husband, from a practical standpoint,
right,
he's planning out like, how do we make this work economically and financially, so that we have stability when we're living overseas. So that planning and discipline had to come into play. So how would you say, what was kind of like the disciplines you had to put in place to prepare for this move? I know you said prayer.
Yeah, the discipline is getting this money together. Really, I had to find a way to get some money together. And to be honest with you, I don't know if I was still as prepared as I want to be. Like now, I'm kind of figuring stuff out. But when we first moved, it was still a little sketchy, I guess you could say.
Well, I guess that leads into my next point, which is talking about taking a leap of faith, because everything wasn't in place like we wanted it to be. Like I said, you would want to just see this large number, 6-7 figures would be amazing. But that's where the faith comes in. So what concerns did we have when it was finally time to go?
Just that finances, and the family stuff and all that. But outside of that, just making sure I could do it. Like, and not have to come home. I mean, it's no shame you got to come home and come back to work, right? I mean, you got to do what you got to do. But I just want to make sure I could be able to sustain at least a year. Because I wasn't sold that I was going to be just living outside the U.S. for eons and 20 and 30 years. But
so what is it that gave you that confidence to finally say, okay, when you selected the date and you're like, okay, this is our date, we're gonna leave, we're moving?
I'm gonna just put a number on it, right? Okay, I realize outside of the country it only takes about $2,500 for you to be fairly comfortable, right? So once I saw my swing trade was like at like 4, I like, okay, I can move it. I can get out of here now.
So when you saw the dollar amount come in,
yeah,
did it make you confident that it would continue?
I mean,
or just seeing it gave you the confidence to make the next step?
I mean, both. I mean, because I think from the time that my decision was made to go was probably, and when we left was probably only like 7 months, right? Mm-hmm. Something like that. Mm-hmm. But I had been trading before then. Mm-hmm. But when that was coming up, I was like, okay, now I'm kind of getting the hang of it. Not day trading, but swing trading. That's a little bit different. Mm-hmm. But I didn't realize that takes a good 2 years before you will able to kind of master it and not lose money. And I was probably about 1.5 years in. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah. So
I was like, okay, if I just don't act crazy, I should be able to kind of sustain.
And I think sometimes people can say like they're not sure, right? They may feel like, okay, is this God calling me to do this? You know, I guess my question would be, how do we narrow down whether or not it's God actually calling us to do a thing and it's not emotions, like just the emotion of wanting to flee the U.S. or just romanticizing living abroad because we're seeing other YouTubers do it? How would you say we knew that it was God calling us to make this move versus just emotion?
I mean, because I felt good about the move. I was good before I left the U.S. and I felt good about leaving. Like, I like to leave even at a job, right? I like to leave on good terms, not feeling like I just hated it. So I was that way with the U.S.
Job, church, anything, right? You don't just want to leave a place on like bad.
Again,
terms.
I ain't beyond moving back. I'm just not. There's certain things I miss about the U.S. But right now it's time to be out here on this road.
Yeah, and for me, like, I knew it wasn't romanticizing because when God first called us to make this move, I wasn't even watching anybody who was living abroad. I wasn't watching any YouTube channels of people living abroad. I just know we had went on a mission trip in 2017, and then I was like, man, just on the spot when we were there, I was like, man, we should move here. So I think, like, if you're watching and you're kind of caught up in the whole new essence or new wave of moving abroad, maybe taking a step back and, like Jermaine saying, praying, so that you can have some signs. You need some concrete signs, right?
Yeah, you need some confirmation that it's time to move. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't get a brand new job when your income double and say I will move. I was like, nah, you need to stay where you at until you can get this the equal on the other side. Until you can get the equal amount of, well, not equal because my money wasn't equal when I left. The confirmation is in the money a lot of times, just to be honest with you. The money and the happiness. Mm-hmm. Once those two kind of lined up, I mean, usually you know you're going down the right path.
Yeah, and even other steps, like, you know, if you have adult children, mm-hmm. Talking with them and seeing them be in alignment with it. Also talking to, like, other people who, you know, were friends of ours. And then also when you're making those moves, like when we got ready, we sold pretty much almost everything we owned except for like our personal things.
Yeah.
And even that process, the process of selling it was just so fast and so easy.
Right.
So we were consistently looking for open doors And so, yes, it's the money. The money is important. I don't want to encourage anybody to not look at the money.
You don't want to get stuck overseas.
And the thing is, I think sometimes with wives or sometimes with women is we're visionaries and we see it and we're like, let's just do it. Let's just go. And we're thinking about the money too, because I always thought about the money, but I just knew the Lord was going to provide. But for my husband, I think it was a little bit different, because from your perspective, you needed to see the financial ledger manifesting and materializing what you believe the Lord was calling you to do. Because if he's whatever he calls you to, he's going to.
I need to see the evidence. That's what it is. I need to see the confirmation, the evidence. So it should be something in your life telling you, okay, I can do this, or I should be doing this.
Yes.
Not just the political thing, because that's big these days. I think it should be more than that. I think you should look at a place or places and actually want to be there versus not want to be in another place. Because I'm gonna be honest with you now, you go to any country you go to, it's gonna have different problems, and some people might not like you because of your skin. They might not like you because you're not from that country. It's stuff out here now. So don't think it's just back home, wherever you from, if it's the U.S. or anywhere else, because there's stuff out here. So just want to leave, want to go wherever you're going, want to be there, not just fleeing, because then you become a refugee.
That is true. And so on top of that, would you say you had a sense of peace when we were like getting to the final stages?
I did. It was little butterflies, but it was like a bit of excitement, because I was in South Carolina for 50 years basically, right, minus a few months. So yeah, it was a little bit of nervous excitement, and I knew I could always come back if it didn't work out. So yeah, we were leaving the house back, so I could always come back and get back to work. At the worst case scenario, right?
And so, like I said earlier in the video, Jermaine and I were independent contractors, so we kind of had some flexibility in our schedule. So what does our daily schedule or our daily life look like now compared to before?
It's still full. You see what we're doing right now? We're doing this YouTube. We're in the market later because it's on the other side of the world. At East Coast time, I missed that a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. We go to the gym, dinner. The normal stuff. So it's almost like you are working, right? Because we are working.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. I'm just in a different place. Yeah. And I have a little bit more time.
Yeah. And the work we do is different.
Yeah.
But it's kind of the same, because so my work is kind of the same, but a little bit different. Now I'm not blogging and creating content, like written content and photography with companies. Now it's more us just creating YouTube content. So it's planning and it's organizing and it's editing and it's and then a lot of your day is planning travel and searching for travel stuff and figuring out where we're going to be.
Because YouTube is like a third of it, right? Because we got to travel, unless you're going to move in one place. We are primarily in Kenya, but half of the year we're other places, right? But we're in Kenya, that's our base, so that's where we're going to be at most of the time. We have actually two bases. I would say in the U.S. we left our stuff, like some stuff, and in Kenya we left some stuff, but we're in Kenya more than we are in the U.S. For sure. So so you got to plan out these moves, where you're going next.
Yeah, so it's basically like building up everything. It's putting some time to the channel, because we do want the channel to begin bringing in a nice revenue. And we know that hopefully, God willing, it'll get there one day. And then also we have, we're investing, and then like Jermaine said, we're also traveling. So those are kind of like the three buckets that we spend our day kind of focus on, aside from lifestyle, well-being, gym, and faith, Bible study, and that kind of thing. So let's see here. What would you say to people who think they don't have enough money to move?
have you done the calculations yet? And what does it take to move? How much does it cost to sustain it? And do you have it? Because that's really what it is, those 3 questions. If the answer is yes, 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 yeah, you can go.
And how could they start preparing? Like what is something they should do today or, this week if moving abroad is something they're interested in doing?
Well, I always pray. Then you got to do your research, because that is something you need to do. Talk to somebody if you can. Like, we have consultations, but if you know somebody else who's like living abroad, just talk to them. Like, get your questions in line of what you need.
In a real sense of what it's going to be like.
And really, what you could do actually is just test it out for like 3 weeks to a month.
Go visit.
Plan
a trip to go and visit place. So that's one thing they can start doing. Start planning out. Okay, when I'm gonna take my first trip.
Right, and make it in another time zone. Don't be in the same time zone you're in. Do it like if you're on the East Coast, go to West Coast. If you don't want to leave the States, right? Because that's 3 hour difference.
We did. We spent, I think, 2 weeks.
It was like 2 weeks.
2 weeks on the West Coast just to see how trading would be, creating content would be, and our schedule would be, getting used to being in a different time zone.
Yeah, and it's the opposite of what we're doing now. Then we had to get up early. But when you get overseas, you're really
just up late.
6 to 11, 12 hours. Ahead, so you're up later.
Yes, absolutely. So guys, if you found value in this video, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe to our channel if you want to continue to see content like this, and we will catch you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching.
All right, bye.